This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Yeah, it's me. I was just calling to see what you hung up on me for, bro. Give me a call back. Bye.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's the 7th of November, 2020. This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. My name is Corey Winfield. Marnie Liston joining me as the co-host of the podcast. We are in the 217 Recovery Studio out of Traverse City, Michigan.
Yes, we are. Hello, everyone.
Hey. So, we were discussing a little bit at dinner the plans that we were having for the holidays. And, you know, we did a podcast, or I did, a few days ago about holidays and being around family members or situations that used to be around when you were using. And it can be very tense. It can be worrisome. Knowing, like, say, if you're going back to, you know, a family get-together and you know that Cousin Earl's going to be there and he's going to offer you some shots or whatever, and you're going to have to face that. Now, that's awesome that you're preparing for that. I think that's brilliant. But have a backup plan for when you get caught off guard. Mm-hmm. That would be my advice to somebody who's going, you know, for the holidays around people or around situations that are very early in recovery. Have like a generic backup plan. No, I'm allergic. You know, like, because those are the moments that'll trip you up, and you'll be like, oh my God, like I didn't prepare for that one, and they will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that they're going to happen as well, and be prepared for it. It's very awkward when it does happen, and you do get caught off guard, and you're like,
Yeah, and you can't help that. I mean, I found sometimes it's only uncomfortable as you make it, if that makes any sense, is to kind of consciously approach it with, you know, confidence and pride, because that's what you should be. You know, at the end of the day, you should be proud of yourself for what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with being sober. Right. And, you know, it's shame on the people who look at that differently. Whatever, it is what it is. But I found if you choose to go into a situation, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's strangers, it doesn't really matter. Just, you know, right off the bat, be like, no, I'm good. No, I don't drink. Or no, thanks, not tonight. You know, however you want to do it, whatever you're most comfortable with. But nip it in the butt, you know, and the beating around the bush thing, it never worked for me. I don't know. I always ended up, you know, let's just say it never worked out for me. So just making a conscious decision and putting it forward and putting it right out there has been the most beneficial way for me to handle things.
So you pretty much just said, don't beat around the bush and just put it out there.
Sexual relations.
But you weren't talking about.
Yeah, I was talking about how you handle your situation with living in recovery.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's bigger. It's bigger than the one holiday experience. It's bigger than the one get together. You know, it's your lifestyle now, and I have to treat it that way, with that kind of respect and with that kind of pride, I guess, really. So that's how personally, you know, how I view it. But yeah. And family members, I mean, 9 times out of 10, they already know what's going on with you, and 9 times out of 10, you probably have an idea of how that will shake out when you go and what you should be prepared for. You know, for the most part, we're all adults, and so we need to try to act that way. And
question for you. So we were watching 60 Days In. The new season is on Netflix, and I've watched the first 2, I think, seasons, and I was like, hey, watch this, babe. We start watching it, and there's that blonde chick who's like, oh, well, I'm a real estate agent, and, you know, I don't talk to my family. I had a cousin or family member who chose addiction, and I chose to cut them out of my life, and I haven't talked to him in 10 years. And I'm like, and we both were like, ugh.
Yeah, I wanted to punch that chick in the face.
Yeah, I was like, I hope there's a plunger or broomstick or something somewhere on the show, but for places that should never go. And I might have said that woman maybe could get that treatment, but I don't
Those
have to live
people,
that way
yeah,
anymore.
that's true. Those people do exist. Are you saying
Right.
like, what if cousin?
Yeah, because those
what's
people,
her face
yeah,
is
they're out
like
there
that?
and they're like, oh, here's Marnie and Corey, a bunch of alcoholics, ugh, like I don't even talk to them no more.
Yeah.
Or if they were like that in the past, like I personally don't have anybody like that I know of in my family. I mean, I'm a pretty cool dude. I mean, everybody kind of wants to hang out with me anyway. But if somebody like that is in your family and they treated you like that,
They got their own issues.
and then now they're coming up and it
I
could
mean,
be
what?
awkward
What
too.
are they
Like,
going to
oh,
say?
like,
What are they going to say? I would
so
really
you finally
like to know.
chose to stop doing that stuff, huh? You finally chose to stop living that way,
I
huh?
sure did. Yeah. Shame
God,
on
you
those
were
people.
such a mess.
Yeah.
Ugh, like that one Christmas you came here, it was just like, ugh. You were like, it was just, you look sick. And I was like, I didn't even want to talk to you. I always made sure my purse was in the car where the car was locked.
So
when
you're
you were
putting me in a
around.
really hard spot right now. First off, I was coming into this podcast. I was feeling good about my answers.
I don't know,
now
even know
you're
who you're
tripping
talking
me
to.
up.
What podcast? We're just having a little conversation over these little plates that we're getting of hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, I don't know how I would handle that individual in particular if that were to happen to me. But, I mean, in general, those people that I have come across those people, just not as being like a family member in a time where it's supposed to be, it's just like, I have nothing to say to you. I honestly, that's how I've had to handle situations such as those.
I would be cautious of, like, if that were to happen to me, I would be cautious of resentments.
Yeah.
Because F you,
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Really? Like, when I needed help, when I needed a friend, and you're a family member, and you just turn your back on me, and now you want to come up and talk to me like you know
Oh,
something?
no, that has happened to me.
So, like,
Not that intense, not to that intensity level, but that has happened to me.
but you just have to watch your own resentments, because there'll be those people. And you can't blame people for not, maybe sometimes it's good that they don't know. It's like, it's a blessing that you don't know what it's like to be, a slave to addiction. You're lucky you.
But they sure have a lot to say about it.
And at the end of the day, you can't
Because they
control what
don't
they say about it.
Yeah.
You can control what they say about you just by being a better person and just by what you're doing right now in recovery. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
If we want to change how people talk about us or think about us, well, that's where you start. Like, I can go up and tell somebody off and tell them that they're stupid. And trust me, it gets hard when I'm talking to people and, like if we're doing it, filling out stuff for grants and I've talked about this on here before, but they're like, what's recovery? Like they don't understand. And if I'm talking about, hey, we want to do a recovery, sober living home in your city. And they're like, well, I don't think they're ready for that. I don't think this community would like that, And I'm like, you don't think your community would like sober people living in it? Like, you got 20 liquor shops there or something? Like, what's your number one export out of your little city? Like, what are you guys known for? But it's not their fault. It's just, they see on TV, they hear on the news, oh, those bad heroin people, those meth heads, those drunks, those coke heads, smoking their pots all the time, just running around high as balls. I don't know if they would talk that way, but they're pretty cool if they did.
I don't know. It's funny, though.
Thanks. But, it is what it is, and it gets frustrating, but it's not their fault. It's just, like I said, that's how people are raised sometimes, and that's how they grow up. But when I do notice those people, I am quick to educate them, and I try to do it in a positive, constructive way rather than, idiot, no. And I'm really bad at that because I'll start throwing out like little stabs in the side a little bit, like, and it's like sarcasm almost, but sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like the lady when I would say, "Oh, you
You
don't
do
want
that?"
sober." Yeah, you don't want sober people living in your city. Like, you don't want people spending money on things instead of booze and drugs. Like, oh, okay. Like, we should send we should send just a dope house there, and of course they're already there, but I don't know, just take it easy, man.
Yeah, you just kind of have to breathe and let things like people like that just not get to you, and just stay focused on yourself and what it is that you're trying to do. And you can't spend your life worrying about what other people think. It's exhausting, and it doesn't really get you anywhere. So the people that are important to you and the people that care about you, that are in your life, if you're doing the right thing and you're working towards, your program of recovery, then you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. And people will recognize that and appreciate it, the people that care.
Mm-hmm. Word. If they don't, just like,
Man,
just walk away, get you some pie.
Right?
Like, I ain't gonna talk to you. But no, just watch the resentments and just have plan B. You stumble up on a room, or I don't know, like you never know, like but those ones that come at you that you didn't see coming will just blow your mind, and it'll leave you so vulnerable and just like but just take a breath, man.
What if you're like, I don't talk to people that don't talk to people when they're not in recovery?
Then that's fine. Then don't talk to them.
That's what I mean. No, I'm saying getting back at your cousin.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm so glad you're doing well. Sorry I didn't talk to you for 15 years.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
like, well, I don't talk to you. I got a thing about people that don't talk to people when they're struggling.
Yeah. You could do that, but I said, is that going to get you where you need to go? Is that going to be the outcome you want?
That was not advice. That was just talking out loud.
So, you know how the election, I don't know if you knew about that.
I
The
do know
presidential
about
election.
that.
Did you know? Well, okay, and we'll get into this, then we'll get into the actual stuff that I want to talk about. So, on the day of the presidential election, it was the 30th anniversary of the first rap song to hit number 1 on the
Really?
Billboard charts.
Are you asking me to guess what rap song?
That's my next question.
Was
Yep.
it like Hammer Time?
No, I originally thought that would be one of them that would be up there that hit number 1, but that never hit number 1.
Never hit number 1. It's is it like Belle Biv DeVoe or something?
No.
Fresh Prince?
No, close, sort of.
I'm thinking early rappers. Like, I don't know. Sure, it's not MC Hammer, because that was pretty like
Rap
the
song.
first.
To hit number 1. Hi, I'm Dick Casey, or Casey Kasem.
Yeah.
I was thinking Big D's. Well, I wasn't. I was thinking Dick Casey. Apparently, that'd be a cool porn name. Not that I'm into porn or anything, but I'm just saying, like. All right, so I'm gonna pull. Oh no, now you're googling it. That's not.
I'm not.
That is unfair. I was gonna play the song for you. So those are your guesses then. And
Yeah.
it's sort of close, but kind of not.
On Digital Underground.
You hear it?
Vanilla Ice.
Yep.
That was not the first number.
Yo,
Really?
VIP. Let's kick it. Yep, that was the first number 1. That was the first rap song to go number 1.
I didn't know that, but that's the era, I guess.
Yeah, you want to keep playing? There's another one we can do too. The first rap song by a group
Was it Whoop?
to go number 1. Did you say Wu-Tang Clan?
No, I said Digital Underground.
My name is Humpty.
Yeah.
Pronounced with the umpty.
Is that up there?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive. No, nothing?
Ice Cube? I don't know.
By a group?
Oh, a group? I don't know. No, I don't know. Yeah, is that rap?
Feel it, feel it.